Hi guys, welcome back to Sci-Fi Quest. I've got a few trailers to react to, so I think for this video this morning um, I'll react to a few of the trailers. Um, I still have that new Babylon 5 video to come out later. I still have to film it. I have to record it. So um, yeah, so that'll be coming out around about 8 o'clock. But like I said to you guys, I mean, if you want it to come out sooner, or just let me know. And that's 8 p.m. Um, GMT, UK time. Okay, so let's uh, let's get into these trailers, shall we? But before that, 35 subscribers, guys. Still got 35. It's still outstanding. But for, just 15 more, and I'll do my first live as a thank you. But okay, let's get into these trailers. Okay, so the first trailer I'm going to react to is going to be Blue Beetle. So let's go. Let's have a look. I know it's supposed to be the first Mexican superhero, I believe. Obviously, a futuristic city. You kidnapped me. So they're implying that this is one of multiple insect armored suits or something. Okay, that's interesting. Hmm. He's not technically a superhero if he's a suit. I have to say that the armor, the armor is very reminiscent of the Yellow Jacket from Ant-Man. If you agree with that, comment down below because it does look very similar. Um, okay, it's interesting. The suit does look a lot like the Yellow Jacket. Um, yeah, but I mean, are they superheroes if they're just in suits? It's like, is Batman a superhero because he's just a man with a lot of money? So, is he a superhero just because he knows how to fight and wears a suit and has a really cool car? Uh, is Iron Man a superhero just because he's got the Iron Man suit? Without the suit, he's. I suppose he could be a super intelligent hero, but yeah, I mean we know that Iron Man was intelligent. We know his suit makes him powerful, but does that really mean he's a superhero? Just because he wears a suit of armor that gives him strength and weaponry? Or is he just a man in a super advanced suit? Like the Blue Beetle? Just a kid in a suit. But, okay, Twisted Metal. I have seen a trailer, something for this before. It does look a lot of fun. But cars and guns. Oh, they have a Foot Locker, really? So she offers him anything he wants, and he asks for toilet paper. And she goes, I could do one better. And he goes, 3-ply? So, a fat guy dressed up as a clown. Right. Nice to see Nev Campbell coming back. So you're telling me he forgot to load all the guns? Did he say? Did they say DMV? So that's going to be the next trailer. So are they saying that the DMV is some sort of evil thing? I mean, we have the DVLA in this country, so it's very similar to the DMV in America, but it doesn't have quite as much power. I mean, we don't actually have to go a, a to a place to apply for anything. We do it by we used to do it by post. Now I think it's all done online. But we don't actually have to go to a DVLA office to do a test or anything. We usually have test centres that are run by the DVLA, where we just go to do the theory. Other than that, we don't really have that kind of thing. We don't go to the off. We don't go to a DVLA place to do a test other than the theory. So we only do the computer generated test with multiple choices. Oh, anyway, but that looks fun. But in this day and age, I don't think that kind of humour holds up. Like, is it supposed to be light-hearted humour? But it doesn't look funny. It looks fun, as in with the cars and the guns and everything, but uh, it doesn't look like it's going to be that great. So that was Twisted Metal. I don't know. I'm sorry if you can hear in the background, someone has decided they wanted to cut the grass this morning. Um, so, okay. I still say that Ahsoka still looks good, but a lot of stuff I'm hearing about it is not great. But I think that's just the usual. People are talking shit about it before it even comes out. It really pisses me off sometimes when they do that. Hera, Chopper. Yay, Sabine. Master. So they're implying that Sabine is force sensitive and could become a Jedi. Um, no. In Rebels, she showed no abilities with the Force, so her backstory doesn't demonstrate any ability to use Force powers. The only thing that she can do is use a lightsaber because Kanan taught her. She was taught to use the dark saber, which is not the same as using a regular lightsaber, by the way, because the dark saber was always fighting against anyone who wields it for the wrong reason. Um, but because she was taught by a Jedi, she learned how to actually use it properly. And I believe that's actually true to the history. I think the Darksaber was originally created by a Mandalorian who became a Jedi, and then it became like a symbol for the Mandalorian people. Possibly when he was defeated by another Mandalorian. I can't remember the history. But I think it's along those lines. I can't remember if it was the Mandalore that was actually. I can't remember. I'm not going to go into that. But the idea that Sabine was being trained by Ahsoka to be a Jedi, no, she was never going to be a Jedi. She was a Mandalorian, not just any Mandalorian. She's in the ruling class. She's in the ruling family of Mandalore. I mean, I know this is after the fall of the Empire, so Mandalore is a just glassed because of the orbital bombardment but it's no, and Ahsoka when she walked away from the Jedi, she didn't give any implication. She didn't imply, even when she was in the Mandalorian, she didn't imply that she wanted to be a Jedi. I mean, she wanted to be her vision of what a Jedi should. She was always a Padawan. Uh, so she was never actually a Jedi Knight, yet alone a Jedi Master. Um, but to imply that Sabine, the Mandalorian, you know, she was being trained to be a Jedi. That's just insane. I mean, that's ridiculous. In, she was never actually meant to be a Jedi. She was a Mandalorian who happened to learn to use the dark saber for the right reasons. Right, let's carry on with this trailer. Ezra, she cuts her hair. Another thing about Sabine's armor, it seems very thin. Doesn't seem like armor. It's it. I mean, when you look at the Mandalorian, you got quite bulky armor plating. You got all the greaves and all the armor. It's quite bulky and thick. But why is Sabine so thin and so light looking? Is it because she can't because the armor was too heavy for her physically, or I don't know. It's just weird. Why? It's nice to see this is the bull turret on. No, this is the nose turret on. Are they actually showing a live action ghost? It has to be the ghost, doesn't it? So they don't want to show the ghost in live action, even though it was shown in The Rise of Skywalker, or as a lot of people have affectionately started calling it, The Rise of Palpatine. Um, but okay, and is that a Purrgil? Is that a giant Purrgil? Because this must be where they possibly find Ezra with the Purrgil. Maybe, or maybe they're going there to try and figure out where the Purrgil took him. But if Thrawn's coming back, then Ezra has to come back. I mean, there's no way around that. If one comes back, then they both come back. I don't like their ship. Looks like a jellyfish. Yeah, look. That's precisely the point. She doesn't have abilities. She doesn't have Jedi powers. I mean, are you going to try and imply that she was being trained, because she had powers before? Why? I don't understand why they're implying that she was Ahsoka's Padawan at one time, because that's ridiculous. Absolutely. I mean, I don't know that I like that. I mean, it's nice to see a live action Sabine. I always liked Sabine as a character, but I don't know that I like that she was training to be a Jedi, because I don't know. I just don't know if I like that idea. No, let me take it back a second, a bit further. There. Hmm. Have the Inquisitors not been defeated completely by now? Is that what they're implying? Is I can't remember the character's name, um, but is the guy that comes in and early in his trailer and says, "Well, we're not Jedi. We're not nothing like the Jedi or something." Are you trying to imply that they were Inquisitors or something like that? August 23rd, Disney Plus. Okay. The thing is, I'm concerned that they're showing all the important things in the trailer. Disney have a thing about that. They like to overextend the trailers so that they actually give away too much. It's the same with Star Trek actually with Paramount, because they do the same thing. They show too much of the actual action and sequences in the trailers than they have in the actual show. Especially considering the fact that sometimes they will reshoot stuff and the scenes that you see in the trailer are actually deleted from the episodes completely. But uh, I mean, I think even in the trailer we see Sabine in her armor with her helmet on. This is probably not the actress, probably a stand-in, stunt double, like it is for the Mandalorian. But it is interesting that they don't even consider approaching Din Djarin. for help, or the other Mandalorians. I mean, I would have thought that they would be willing to help, especially if Sabine's involved. But at the same time, is it possible that the Mandalorians could have turned her back on their back on Sabine simply because she was training to become a Jedi? Even though the Jedi and the Mandalorian worked together towards the end of the rebellion, and they were they were okay during the Clone Wars. You got to bear in mind that Mandalorian culture is, especially the military's culture, the warrior culture is actually designed around defeating the Jedi. So the Jedi are actually the Mandalorians, one of the Mandalorians' ancient enemies. I mean, that's what the Mandalorians' creed says. It is basically, it's about challenging yourself and adapting to defeat your enemy. And that's what the Mandalorian culture is, in my opinion. Um, and it's all not centered around defeating the Jedi. Alright, let's see, what do we have next? Okay, so there is a trailer for Foundation Season 2 on Apple Plus. But although visually Foundation is amazing, story-wise, it's a bit of a headache to me, in my opinion. It's like super advanced but old, Roman style empire, ruling. It just doesn't make sense. It's not even a monarchy by modern day standards. So yeah. So let's see if there's anything else. But before we do that, 35 subscribers, guys. That is still amazing. At least that's what it was at the time of making this. I don't know if it will go up or not. But hit the thumbs up, hit that red button, hit the subscribe button, guys. It's absolutely free. It doesn't cost a penny, and it really helps me out with the algorithm and gets my videos out amongst you guys. So yeah, let's see what other trailers there are. Okay, so there is another Dune trailer for part 2. But I won't react to that because, like the Foundation, I mean, visually they look outstanding, but to me, I always preferred the classic Dune 2-parter. So I think the old school one is perfectly fine. The problem with remakes, it's not just a remake, it's a reboot, which means it changes. A remake implies you're going to use the same script, just different actors to play the characters. So a remake to me means same story, exactly the same, just updated visual effects, updated cast. That's it. Right? That's what a remake implies to me. Although Hollywood seems to imply that a remake is the same as a reboot. Now, a reboot is where you change most of it. That's where you change the story, you change the cast, you change the dialogue, you change everything. Everything can be different in a reboot. But in a remake, in my opinion, it should just be a 100% remake. It's like when they said that Tom Cruise's War of the Worlds is a remake of the classic War of the Worlds movie. It was nothing like the original War of the Worlds movie from the 50s. It's absolutely insane how different it was. But they kept saying it's a remake, it's a remake. It's not, it's a reboot, it's a retelling, it's telling it a different way. I know that originally the war machines from the Martian war machines were supposed to be they were supposed to be tripods, but they were limited by their technology at the time, so they ended up using at the time they were hovering, but they had those 3 lasers holding it up. You could see them as they would move across. There was 3 burning lines moving along with them. Okay. I think that might be it. I will see if there's another trailer to react to, but other than that, I mean, I don't know what other sci-fi trailers there are at the present moment. But I'll have a quick look. It doesn't look like there's that many other trailers, specifically sci-fi, other than Foundation and that. I mean, there probably are trailers if I look harder, but I don't want to make too many of these. You don't want to go through too many trailers in one video, so I will look for more, and I will make another one. But guys, 35 subscribers, 15 more, and I will be doing my first thank you live. And yeah, I'm looking forward to it. And I would hope you guys are as well. I mean, 15, just 15 more subscribers. Just hit that subscribe button. It's absolutely free. Doesn't cost you a penny, and it just helps me out with the algorithm, gets my videos put out to more people. So yeah, I mean, I'm not sure. Ugh, I can take these off now. I'm not sure how to feel about some of these. I mean, Twisted Metal, it looks fun. So, like I said, I'm not reacting to Dune or Foundation trailers because I don't really like the remake of Dune. Well, the the reboot of Dune. I prefer the original two-parter, but I guess that's just me. I mean, I'm only 42 years old, but I still respect the old classics. I've heard that there's supposed to be a remake of Them. That's the 50s giant ant movie, which I've always loved. It's black and white, but I've always loved that movie. Just the idea, it's one of the first sci-fi monster movies I actually watched. I call it sci-fi because it's implied that the ants are made by the radiation from the nuclear testings. Sorry about it, guys. This is it might be 11:15 right now in the morning, but I've not long been up, and I've got a reaction video for Babylon 5 later on today. A new style, which I'm experimenting with. Hopefully you guys will watch it and enjoy. So yeah, let's say again, so like, give us a thumbs up, guys. Hit that like button. Hit the subscribe button. It really helps me out. The algorithm gets me out there, to more people. And yeah, I mean, you can follow me on Facebook, Twitter. I'm on Patreon and Discord as well. So if you want to come for a chat, you can find me on Discord. Message or you can message me on Facebook or on Twitter. All the links will be in the description below. Thanks for watching, guys, and take it easy. I will see you later.